Today I'm talking to you from the great city of Umhlanga Rocks, which is KwaZulu-Natal, just off south coast of South Africa. Just popped down for the day, yesterday and today. I'm flying back to Johannesburg. But just wanted to do a little bit of a Thom Talk from this location here by Mini. I just love this little brand activation that they've stuck as their billboard. As you drive down the road, you get seen, and once again it is quite an exceptional graphic where it's a real car mounted to the wall, something quite exceptional. So one of the things that I'd like to just cover is this whole thing about Britain leaving the EU, and something that, well, first of all, let me just say whatever it is, it is, and we've just got to embrace it and work with it. And I think that it's a great loss for humanity in many ways, that there is going to be less opportunities, and I think the people that are going to suffer the most are the youth. But I always believe that the youth are going to find new opportunities and embrace it and work with it, because they're going to have no other choice, because they don't know better. So it's going to be the old school that's going to talk about the when-we's. But I think that I can see the reason why they chose to go that route. The thing that surprised me the most was that I do not see that much social media as to the positiveness of going that route. I saw a lot of social media as to why we shouldn't, and yet the positive one with the view to say they must step out. So it's going to be interesting to watch the space. I think it is going to affect business, it's going to affect relationships, but I think it's going to make social media stronger, because the digital age has no boundaries and has no borders. So it'd be good to watch that particular space. The other thing that in South Africa, there was Safair, which is an airline company that has now relaunched for the second time. Now, I appreciate how difficult it is to run an airline company, and it takes a lot of resources. So when you're coming into already a competitive market, you really got to have your ducks in a row. And if you're not winning the market share, then of course you're going to fall on hard times. So what they did was they went and said, we're offering, on that relaunch now, they said they were offering a R2 ticket to Cape Town and back. R2 there, R2 back. So now in real terms, that's about 20 Australian cents, 20 US cents, and literally less than that in pounds. So it was really not a big deal. It was a great value proposition. And what they did was, I think that they got maybe 1 million people to know about it. They may have reached maybe another 2 million people via the networks, but what they did do is that the server crashed because so many people were on it, and they had to spend all day. And the great idea of it was that by spending the day, they were seeing the advertisements, they were seeing the branding, they were getting brand associated. So in many ways it was a quick way to get brand awareness. But here's the thing, when the server crashed and the frustration that people had, and it really just jammed up everything, people got negative. And once again, I don't think if you're coming into the market for a second time, as great as what that idea is, I don't think there's any way you can test it to make it fail safe. But what I do believe is that it has created a bad impression again, that things are not going to work well. And I think when a brand, especially an airline company where there's been so many incidents around the world, that they needed to do it correct with the view to make everybody winners, even if you got a ticket or you didn't, but everyone had to be a winner here. The fact that you had to just watch a screen that was crashed, that was holding, I don't think that was a very clever exercise. So as much as I take to the idea, it was great, but to the execution it had problems, and maybe that was the objective. And maybe it was because they wanted to get it newsworthy. But I think at the end of the day, the passenger, the customer, not so sure that he's going to yeah, and once again it's still going to be that hesitant factor. So the ones that come on for R2, it better be a fantastic experience, because if it's not, they're not going to come back. It's been cheap. But once again, if you aggravate the exercise, if the flight's not pleasant, if you get delays, it's not going to work. So Safair, good on you, but once again, have you thought it through? I think have a look at it again. And once again, the people that were trying to touch your brand, add value, because it is in today's market about adding value. And once again with the UK thing, is that once again the stock markets and all the stock things, they didn't realize the onslaught, and those sites fell down. And that is what we as people do. We have a demand to get what we want, when we want, how we want, because we want to, because we are citizens of the world. And that is where you've got to look at how you get that crowdsourcing together and how best you add value, because as soon as you can't add value, people walk away. People have other things to say, and now everyone's got a voice. So good on you for the two of you who made these drastic decisions in business this week. Just finished business here in Umhlanga, now at King Shark's Airport here in KwaZulu-Natal. So heading back to Johannesburg, time to start jamming tomorrow. So follow me on Thom Talk. Till next time, keep on jamming.